California governor scales back high-speed rail.
Yeah!
Woo!
Scale it
Fuck
back.
high-speed
I
rail!
saw a bunch of conservatives
Boondoggle.
on Twitter celebrating this, including Lee Doran, formerly a YouTube guy.
Don't make me vomit in my mouth.
Scotty, don't be mean. California Governor Gavin Newsom declared Tuesday there isn't a path for completing the state's plan for a high-speed rail between San Francisco and Los Angeles, yet his office insisted he is fully committed to building such a project. That's okay.
Okay, well...
Okay, typical politician bullshit there. Newsom delivering the first State of the State address, please don't make that a thing, said he'd shift his focus to completing just a 171-mile segment of the line already under construction in the state's Central Valley. The project is key to the economic vitality of the state's agricultural heartland, he said. Blah, 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 blah. So basically it was supposed to be from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Now it's going to be just through the Central Valley.
Yeah,
And-
Bakersfield to Merced, California, which
Right.
is like literally my old stomping
It's your
grounds.
backyard,
Yeah.
basically.
It's going to run right through my hometown.
I believe this was like a ballot proposition. The cost tripled, then was scaled back, and I think it ended up to be $77 billion. It was just seen largely as kind of like this fucking a money pit, basically.
So
Well, I mean, that's how it was painted by a lot. There was a lot of opposition to this. I think it's funny that the only part of this that's maybe ever going to be built is the part that probably faced the most opposition to it, which was the Central Valley. There was a ton of farmers protesting the eminent domain that was going to happen for the building of this new line. Protesting that, the state was spending money on this boondoggle when they were having this water crisis. So it's probably one of the areas where you're going to find the strongest opposition to the idea of high-speed rail. And they're getting it anyway, I guess.
yeah.
Which is whatever. I mean, for people that live in that area, a high-speed rail to Bakersfield is pretty fucking cool. Because that's a shitty drive. That's like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive from where I grew up to Bakersfield that you could cut in half.
I got a little bit of an axe to grind because I saw on Twitter some conservatives celebrating this shit, and I was like, man, fuck that. When I went to Europe, there was high speed lines all over the fucking place, and they were great. They're fucking great.
Yeah, but people are the conservative clapback to that's going to be like, well, the population density in Europe is way higher.
And it was their clapback, actually. So that's when someone was like, yeah, well, Europe, you could fit like 3 European countries in California. So blah, 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 blah. So then I showed him this fucking map of China, and their high-speed rail system. Look at it. All that you see blue is capable of speeds above 300 miles or 300 kilometers per hour. All the green shit is capable of between 200 and 299 kilometers per hour.
So what does that come out? That's like 150, 160
you
miles
can see
an
it
hour or
below.
some shit, right?
So 300 kilometers per hour is about 190 miles per hour. The other range is 124 to 186 miles per hour.
Right.
And the orange is roughly 99 to 155 miles per hour.
Right. So here's a huge country with a bunch of fucking high-speed rail. So that argument don't work. And you know what they did then? You know what they said then?
What did they say?
They moved the goalpost and said, well, the Chinese need it because they're such shitty drivers. Ah! It's like, man, fuck you. I proved you wrong demonstrably and told you to go fuck yourself. You at least give me the courtesy of fucking off and dying.
You don't get that, though.
That's all I ask.
You committed the cardinal sin, TJ. Arguing on the internet with morons never turns out well
I guess
for
not.
the arguee.
I guess not.
Dude, you know what's great about our country is you have so many people, especially conservatives, will say this shit like America can do anything.
I know.
And it's like, really? So you're saying China can build high-speed rail, Japan can build high-speed rail, Europe can have high-speed rail? But
We don't want it or need it.
we got a car, we don't need it.
It's just like, this can-do America stuff is always stymied by why don't they ever let America do anything then?
Oh, let's never...
If America can do anything, why are they against America doing anything?
No, Paul, let's never invest in America's infrastructure. That's just a waste of money.
We should have started building this shit 30 fucking years ago, at least. We should have started working on alternate, because we knew Back in the 1980s and shit, I remember seeing news stories as a kid about gridlock and smog and how the roads were all breaking down and there was no money to fix them. And you know what I mean? Like, this shit has been a problem since I was a kid. I'm 38 and we haven't made a fucking single substantive fucking investment in high-speed rail
besides
in
the
this
Northeast-
country in my lifetime.
Besides the Northeast, no. There's
And
like
strangely enough, the biggest one that we're going to get in California is going to be in the place that wants it the least.
I guess.
What a backwards bunch of shaved apes we are.